battery or voltage generator, because this is the one biasing the base and emitter, the base and emitter, all right. Uh, okay, okay, so I'll open the first semester. I'll close this one first. Power amp PWI, power amp algo. Okay. Power amp is just easy for you to do. Okay. Okay. So this is the power amp. Now let me show you the algorithm. You have here parameters. You do the Kirchhoff's current law at node GIB. So this is the Kirchhoff's current law. So let's see, let's check it out. The Kirchhoff's current law here. All right, so uh, there are only three. So maybe I should make it bigger. So this is the current law, BCE 14 and then BR10, BR9. BR9 means voltage across resistor 9, BR10 voltage across 10, BBEQ 18 and BBEQ 19. So this is the Kirchhoff's voltage law. So once you establish your equation, then you can start computing for the voltages of each section of each component. Okay, so let's go to the algorithm. So this is the Kirchhoff's voltage law, and this is the initial value. So you assume that the VBEQ10 is BCEQ14 divided by 2. And then, of course, you assume that uh, you compute the emitter current of Q18 by using the BBEQ18, and you compute the IEQ18. Then, you knowing the IEQ18, you compute for the BR9, and then you for the current across BR10, you assume that it is IEQ 18. So this is the initial value for the for this Kirchhoff's uh, voltage law. So that is the initial value. Now what do? We compute for BEQ 19. It is here, BBEQ 19, because we know the value here. We computed this one, and then we also computed this one, and computing the BBQ uh, BBQ 19 here. IB we compute the BBQ 19 by subtracting BBQ 18 and BR9 and NBR10. And of course, you compute for IEQ 19, the collector current of Q19, and the base current of Q19. Then you know the voltage drop across resistor R10 will be the emitter current of Q19 multiplied by R10. And then, of course, knowing BR9, knowing already the BR9, uh, BR10 also. Did we get the BR10? Did I compute the? We already computed the BR9, and then we compute again BBEQ18 by subtracting the BR9 and NBR10. But where is my BR9? Oh, okay. I already computed the initial value of BR9 is here. So you compute now for BBEQ18. Once you compute the BBEQ18, you compute for IEQ18, ICQ18, IBQ18. So you know that. And then since you know IEQ18, you determine the BR9. Okay, of course there is the voltage BBE Q10, which is NBR9, and we compute the current IEQ20 and ICQ20 and IBQ20, and you will find out that all of these are very very small, almost zero. Okay, so the use of Q10 is just to shut down the system. Now, once you have already computed the IBQ18, you check whether it is equal to SW, the switch. So if it is not, make IBQ18 equals the switch. So this is store it again, and then repeat this whole process. All right. So let's do this. Okay, we can run this whole process. Okay, F9. Of course, you will get all these values, and of course, you can compute the IR11 by subtracting the IEQ10 and IE19. So that the IR11 is the current flow. Oh, current flow through this 10K and 1K. All right. So that is the. Okay, let me open the original file. That is the portion from here going that way and going this way. By the way, I added R15. I added R15 1 kilo ohm here. Uh, it is not part of the LM748, but I added it. Okay, so just to balance it, because you have 10K and then 1K ground, and then the other one is ground 1K and then 10K input. So I will explain later why this is a differential amplifier. All right. Okay, so um, we establish the value of this. So what is important is you know what is the value of IQ19. Okay, IQ19. The current flowing through the BCEQ 14 is ICEQ14. That is the current flowing through it. And then we compute the uh, Kirchhoff's current law at Q19.B. So the ICQ14 uh, plus IBQ14, which you know, and this one you know, but you do not know Q16 and Q15. That is one thing that you need to find out. So what you do with that Kirchhoff's current law, uh, you start with I16 is equal to zero. So that is the idea. Why choose I16 to be neglected? Uh, because the greater part of the current is through IQ15. The IQ16 supply only Q15. Just a moment, okay? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, now uh, your your Q19.b, this is the equation, all right? So this is familiar with you. You have IBQ19, ICEQ14, that is from the uh, voltage generator, and then ICQ15 and ICQ16. Now, you have only one equation, but you have two unknowns. So, okay. So, this is one of the techniques uh, wherein you assume ICQ16 is zero value because this one is very small compared to ICQ15. Okay, so that is the whole idea. So although this is only one equation, other equation will be generated as you will see. Okay, so uh, what you do now here is ICQ 16 is zero. So of course that is zero, and you have the and then you can compute now for ICQ 15. So knowing the ICQ 15, you can compute now the IEQ 15 and also IBQ 15. And then, of course, you can compute the BBEQ 15. So that's another equation. And from BBEQ 15, uh, you know the IEQ 15, you can compute for uh, voltage drop across R6. And then, of course, knowing the BBEQ 15 and BR across 6, you will load your voltage drop across R5. All right. So knowing this, all right, then you can compute the emitter current of Q16, simply IR5 plus IBQ 15. Then you can compute the collector current of IC16. So finally, you have the IC16. All right. Of course, you can get the IBQ16 and the rest of this. And when you loop again, you have already a value of ICQ16. Then you keep on looping on this, and then you will get something. All right. So uh, allow me to run this one separately. F9. It print only 9. So there are 10 iteration, but on the ninth iteration, it goes out and give you the value of ICQ16, which is 1.47. Okay, so that is uh, the result of this. Of course, if you want to check it, what is ICQ16? Uh, ICQ16, ICQ16. We can try. We run this one. Okay, tile vertically. All right. So and then all right, we can check the current, the at Q16, this one, you check the current here. Okay, this one, about 21. But the result of my simulation is 14. Is 14. Kulang. Pero medyo malapit-lapit na yan. 14 din yan. Okay, so ICQ-15 is 82 nanoampere. So, tingnan natin yung ICQ-15. Maliit lang yung kasi, and then yung ICQ-15, ito yung ICQ-15. Okay. Which is 654. ICQ-15. Okay. ICQ-15 is 654, but here it appears 825. But that is 600. So this is the computational. Of course, it depends the algorithm how you made the algorithm. So this is just a simple way of finding out uh, the values when you do analysis of a circuit like this. Now we will go now to another topic which must be interesting to you. And this is the prompt end or the uh, let's open this again, this one, this portion. Okay, so let me open uh, I call it bias preamp, the bias preamp. Okay, so this is the bias preamp. Okay, uh, the following is, I did not put the circuit design here. I just get the current generator, which is 19 something. Okay, and then I maintain this. Then I replace the other, and then I just put a voltage generator at the input and the output. And this is it. There are other uh, circuit on this, which I will show you. Maybe I'll show you other circuit. Uh, the other one is this cascode. Cascode design. So this is the same design. Okay, let me explain to you why I am presenting to you the a portion. When you design a circuit, okay, you don't start with transistor. You start with, okay, you can start with some transistor, but most of the time you start with generator, voltage generator, current generator, or whatever you do. Now, in this case, we have what we call the cascode. We do a cascode of Q1 and Q2, and the voltage here is the input, and the output is at the emitter. All right. And we call this one common collector because the collector is common to the ground. So that is common collector, or we call it emitter follower. Now, the common collector has high input impedance but low output impedance. The output impedance is low, but the input is high. Now, we need a high output impedance output. Okay, because after that we will be using current source to drive the power amp. So you connect the common base. So this is a common base amplifier wherein the input is the emitter. So the output of the common or emitter follower is emitter E, and the input of the common base transistor QC is E. So you connect these two diodes. The diode in the NPN and the diode in the PNP. So you have two diode in series. All right? That does it make sense? Are you following? Hello? Uh, Sino ba? Si Peralta nandiyan ba? Paul? Okay. I hope he's here. Oh, who else the other leader? Dap Dap. Sino ba yung mga leader natin? Okay. Let me remove the view. Remove the unfreeze. Sinib. Wala pa sinib, ano? How about Bea Arjete? Hello, Bea? Are you there? By the way, can you hear me? Hello? Uh, okay.
Excuse me.
Yes. Okay, Bea.
Sir, nasa uwi pa lang po ako, sir.
Ano? Uh,
Pauwi
okay.
pa lang.
Pauwi ka pa lang. Sige. Ah, si Paul Peralta. Are you there, Paul? Wala pa dyan. Okay, pauwi. Si Desiree Akusar. Hello, Desiree?
Hello po.
Nasa bahay ka na ba? Hello?
Naka-phone
Uh,
pa lang po.
Nakaphone ka pero nasa bahay ka.
Up.
Okay. Sige. That's fine. Kaya ko lang nilagay dito is, of course, okay, Desiree, we'll have a little discussion. Okay. I forgot where I left. Okay. I am discussing about this circuit. So, familiar ka ba? More or less, familiar ka sa ganitong circuit. Are you? First time lang nakita? Mm. Hello, Desiree? Can you hear me?
Yes po.
Okay, so familiar ka sa circuit ito o hindi?
Medyo.
Okay. So this is the typical differential amplifier. In case lumabas sa board exam yung differential amplifier, I hope I can give you enough information so that you can answer it intelligently. All right? So the differential amplifier, uh, I guess one of the best way to study that as a background, because this one I do my own analysis here. But when you want to understand the background of the differential amplifier, go to this Jong Kun Jong, okay, analog electronic circuit. So visit the lecture note. Okay, you can see the lecture note. So this give you the basic description of the uh, differential amplifier. So nandito lahat yon. Yan. Yung noise. how does the differential amplifier cancel the noise? So, yan nakalagay dyan, ano? Very simple. Okay? So, yan, di-discuss sa iyo. Ito, common emitter yan. Yan. Ngayon, the thing that I took from this, so basahin lang niya yan at review lang niya yan sa board exam. Ito, tsaka ito, comparison yan. This is the particular one that that caught my attention. Okay? Mga sample design yan, but merong isa dito na talagang this one, large signal analysis. Ito, differential voltage wherein the current are in exponential form. Okay? So, the difference between the two current will give you the output, but this is all in exponential. And I developed further this concept. Actually, if you plot it, it will be hyperbolic plot. Okay, input output characteristic. So this is the thing. If you take my notes, this will be the wait. This one, this will be my discussion point. All right. So, you will be familiar with this circuit. Now, notice that in LTE Spice, I like to put voltage difference between the two. So this is the voltage. So I put here R3 and R4 with 100 meg just to create a ground at the middle of B4. So I just created the ground at the middle because it will take very, very long time to simulate if there is no ground at the middle here. All right. So what happened is we will do a DC analysis of this circuit. All right. So this is now the DC analysis of this circuit is like this. Okay. So we run this one. All right. And this is the output. All right. So I will minimize this one and I'll do the vertical. All right. So this is the see. Now the input voltage before is varied from 500 millivolt to 500 millivolt, from negative 500 millivolt to positive millivolt. Now, what is the output? The output is the difference between the output current output of Q6 and output of Q5. To get the difference of the two, you have this special function B1, which is what we call arbitrary function. So I use this function to do circuit analysis like this. This is not part of the circuit diagram. So this one provide a current output, the difference between the two. So I can put it short circuit to the ground, but I put 1 ohm just to get the equivalent voltage drop here. Now, when I plot the difference, this is what appears. This is the hyperbolic plot like this. All right. Now let's see. Suppose we plot the individual. This one, So that is the one. Another one is we plot the other one. So this one varies from negative 20 microampere down to minus 8 microampere, and this one is 8 microampere goes up to now let's compute the difference between them. All right, so this is the difference. Okay, so this is the output current. All right, so that is uh, the idea. All right, do you follow the Desiree? Do you get it? Hello?
Yes po.
So, ah, malinaw ba o merong problema doon sa ano, sa pag-explain? Okay, siguro not so clear again, then I will try another approach which is about this, but this time I will use the uh, differential amplifier uh, bias preamp. Then I will get this uh, wait, not the data. I'll get the preamp and the preamp algo. Now I'll go first to the preamp algo. Alright, but I will open first the this one. Okay, I think I need to restart the kernel. And then run it. Okay, and then I will display the front. This is the back end. The front end is let's open it. Differential amplifier. Oh, preamp. Okay, the input of LM741. Okay. By the way, just a minute. Maybe I should. Meron bang dumating? Wala pa, no? So I'll just take a snapshot muna. Uh, snip. Mag-snip lang ako. Kunin ko lang yung... Okay. Okay. Save as. Today is 20 to 0. 2 0. All right. Save. All right. This is now the preamp bias. So this is the circuit. This is the schematic that I draw using LT Spice, and I have input voltage BN plus and the input voltage negative. And of course, I change some circuit here. Okay. And uh, uh, we will discuss this DC analysis, but in the meantime, uh, I'd like to show you this. Okay, so we will discuss this about this diode. This is quite a tricky one. Okay. Uh, okay. So let me go first with this is a preamp bias. Okay, so I have here the DC analysis, and I have only one equation for DC analysis. So if you take a look here, no, I have a several equation because this is a loop. So the DC analysis is you compute for IBQ, IB, so on, the current for each component. All right. So the first thing here is this node 1. This is the node 1. This node 1 has ICQ 13, and then the sum of ICQ 13 and ICQ 9, and then the IBQ 6 and IBQ 5. This is the node 1. Okay. Now, this node 1, remember, uh, the this is the first equation, and then you combine the base current and you make it the collector current of Q13 minus collector current of Q9. So this is the for the node 1. Going to the node 2, there will be a process here. We will be solving first for the value of ICQ9. We know the value of ICQ13 and there is an N there, but you don't know the value of ICQ9 and you do not know the value of IBQ6 and IBQ5. So we proceed. If we get the emitter current, uh, by the way, just a moment. Uh, that is my timer to say that the I need to stop recording. Okay. Okay. So I need to stop and start the recording. So the recording is seeing this one, and then I will stop it for a while. Stop, and then I will start it so that it will still remember this one. Okay. Then I can go back now to my lecture. Okay. So where am I? Okay. Here. So this is the base current and this is ICQ 13 and ICQ 9. So what is exactly are you looking at the circuit? Okay. It says you have a current source here that is reference, the constant. And the constant current here is the sum of the base current here, base current, and the collector current of Q9. Now this base current produces the emitter current for Q6 and Q8 and the emitter current for Q1 and Q9. And then these current are sum, okay, and fed back, and it is fed back using Q9. All right. So it maintain. This is what we call unity feedback. So there is only a small current that triggers the base, but the feedback is the uh, collector current of Q1 and Q2. So this is the feedback. All right. So this is the mechanism for that. Now, this is the drawing in the latex. But of course, I have the drawing in uh, LT Spice. So instead of two voltages into separate, I I I put one voltage combined. But if I connect this one to the other one with this voltage source, I need to find a ground somewhere in between. So that's why I added this one. There's a ground. If there is no ground, it will take a very long time to compute. Okay. So uh, I tried that. So this is the thing. Now the system here is, you should know that there is a feedback system. Notice that there is no circuit connecting these two. There's none. But the only connection is B2. B2. This is what we call the current dependent current source, current dependent mode. That means it will detect a certain current. It detect the current of the source B2 and then multiply it by a constant. So I choose 1 and then output it as I1. So this is a special function. This is what we call current dependent current source. Okay, so it is detecting the output current of this. Okay, if the current tend to increase, assuming it tend to increase, so the supply of current is increasing. But since your I1 here is constant, when you increase the current here, the base current will decrease because IC13 minus IC9 gives you the base. So if you then it make the base current smaller. So when you make the base current smaller, the collector current will be made small. So that is the one. So when the collector current is small, then it will be feedback to uh, transistor Q9. Then with the small collector current and the I1 is constant, it will supply an increase in base current. So this will go on until it gets stabilized. Okay, so remember, we have the current supply here. I1 plus I2 is constant. So that is the whole idea. But since it passes the differential current, the output is I1 minus I2, the difference. So you have the bias, that is the sum of the input I1 plus I2, uh, I2, and the output is I1 minus I2. So that is the idea. So this is a controlling scheme, and this is the representation of what was going on with the 741. Okay, let me tell you about this. Okay, this current mirror is exactly detecting the current of B2. So that is the purpose of this current mirror. So it detect the current and then it supply here. All right. So I represent this with the current generator. All right. So that is the whole idea. Okay. So where is my okay? So we will minimize this one. Okay. Window tile vertical. Okay. Let's minimize this one. So we will be concentrating here. Now allow me to do some demonstration. Okay. This node 1, what happened is the base current the base current of Q6 and Q5 is equal to the collector current of Q13 minus the collector current of Q9. So that is the one. If you make it emitter current, then you have to multiply by 1 plus NHFE PNP because these two are PNP. Okay, so now you equate it with IQ1 and IQ2 because they are connected in series, so the current must be the same. So we have this. And then we we get the collector current of Q1 and Q2. So what happened is you multiply by HFE NPN divided by 1 plus HFE NPN. So a little bit less than 1. All right. So you got the output collector current for Q1 and collector current for Q2. All right. Now, the ICQ1 and ICQ2 is equal to ICQ9 plus 2 NHFE PNP. Why 2? This is the Widlar current conversion. So, naging Widlar yan eh. Let me show you, okay? Ito, Widlar yan eh. So, ito, nagdodraw ng current. So, whatever current na dinrow mo dito will be multiplied by 1 plus HFE. HFE divided by 1 plus 2 HFE. So, yun ang magiging current dito. So, that is current mirror. Alright. And then, this is the current mirror. So, this one, you have it here, equate it with this. So, you will have, maybe I should be demonstrating this one. This is how it looks with the E1. So, ganyan yung una. Yung pangalawa, okay. Kinabi mo doon, nilagay mo doon sa kabila. Ngayon, ginawa mong emitter current, yung base current, nimultiply mo siya ng ano. Pero, nandito pa rin yung ICQ, ICQ9. So, lagi na nandito pa rin yung ICQ9 kasi hindi pa natin alam. So, pagdating ng E4, yun pa rin. Okay? Pagdating ng E5, kinonvert mo sa IC, nimultiply mo nitong HFE, NPN, tsaka HFE plus 1 NPN. So, you get this. So, nandun pa rin yung ICQ. Alright. And then, you compute for ICQ, and then this one. So this one, you compute for ICQ, so I 1.8 over, so almost 1 na. Ay, ang ICQ niyan dyan, almost 1. Now, alam mo ito, alam mo rin ito. Ito yung buo nito. So, yung 8 na yan, okay, yan ang lumabas sa 8. Itong value nito, tas may ICQ9 divided 63, and then the other one is 1.8 ICQ9. So, ICQ9 na lang natitira dito. So, susolvein mo siya. Pag sinolve mo yung ICQ9, so makukuha mo yung ICQ9, may value na ng ICQ9. So, after knowing the value of ICQ9, so, kukumpitin natin yung IBQ6. So, simple lang, i-divide mo lang ng 2. So, yung IBQ6 mo is divide lang ng 2. Maliit lang yung IBQ6 mo. 38 na 385 nanoampere. Ganito rin ang mangyari doon sa isa. And then, you can now compute yung mga ICQ6, ICQ5, and then IEQ1, IEQ2, and so on. So, makukompute mo na lahat dito, sunod-sunod. Okay. Now, let's consider something different naman. The BBE of Q1 and BBE Q1, that is due to the correct emitter current of Q1. So the same thing with BBE Q2, but the BBE Q6 is BT ln IEQ6 divided by the saturation current of PNP. So we can compute all of the BBEs here. All right. So after that, you have the node 3, ICQ minus IC7, IBQ. The node 3 is here. This is the node 3. So meron kang ICQ6 here. Dito dinistribute mo yung dalawa. Tapos sa node 5, dito lalabas yung isa pang computation. Tapos sa node 4, yung lalabas patungo sa IBQ16, yung dadrive niyang power amplifier. Kasi yung output niyan, yun ang magdadrive sa power amplifier niya. Okay. Now, yung node 5, ito medyo tricky ng konti ito eh. Pag in-start mo dito sa node 3, i-assume mo 0 ang IBQ3. 0 ito, 0. So, papadaan mo yung the whole ICQ ng 6, papadaan mo dito para magkaroon ka ng BBE dito. So, nagkaroon ka na ng BBE dito. So, alam mo na rin yung current ng IB. Pareho lang siya dito, current ng IB, and so on. So, yung tatlong current na ito, yun ang magiging emitter current ng IQ3. Pag compute ng emitter current, makakompute mo IBQ, IBQ3. Ulitin natin uli yung computation. Kanina 0, ngayon mayroong IBQ3, ulitin natin uli. Hanggang sa ma-stabilize na hindi na magbabago yung IBQ3. Nag-ano na siya, settle down na siya sa equilibrium. So, inikot lang natin na inikot hanggang sa maging equilibrium yung computation. Okay? So, this is it. Okay. Now, ang gusto kong ipakita sa inyo dito, so lumabas na yan, and this is the algorithm. Ang gusto ko muna ipakita sa inyo, itong cascode. When we say nag-series ka ng dalawang diode. Siniris mo itong dalawa. Okay. So, ganito rin yun. Ito, papakita natin. Nagka-series ito. Okay. When we talk of diode, we can talk of diode in series. Okay. So, meron tayong diode plot. If you still remember yung diode natin, yung but I think I will use this as my case para gagawa tayo ng diode characteristic curve para lang maintindihan natin, okay? So but let me take a look on the diode. May mga diode plot tayo dati dito eh. Okay. Ito, diode and transistor. May mga diode tayo dito eh. So, wala akong LT spice ng diode. Ito LT spice. So, we can take a look at diode card 01. Okay. So, tingnan natin to. Ito yung diode card 01. Hindi ko pa yata napapakita sa inyo ito eh. Tinan ko lang yung diode curve O2. Ano yung tsura to? And then diode curve O3. Meron na pala ako dito ah. Nagkaroon na series doon. Diode curve O4. Wala pa akong nakita na series na diode. So, iba-ibang karakteristik ng diode dito. So, I think I will avoid muna dito. So, ito muna yung isang diode muna. Dito muna siguro ang gagawin natin. Tingnan muna natin ito, okay? So, i-run natin ito. Window tile vertically, okay? So, pag kinuha mo yung characteristic curve nito, you check the current through the diode. So, you got this one. This is the diode curve nitong isa nito. Alright. Now, the next question is, meron pa ako isa pa yung diode 2. Tingnan natin to. Itong dalawang diode. Meron pa ako dito ginawang may diode, okay? So, tingnan natin kung ano nangyari dito. Sandali. Window tile vertically. Okay, so ang nangyari dito, yung may diode is a little bit iba characteristic ng may diode dito. So, sinusweep mo ito. So, iano ko natin, isusweep ko muna ito dito. So, yan yung sweep niya. Hanggang, ano lang siya, 270 milliampere. Okay. Now, pag sinweep ko dito, ito hanggang mataas. Ngayon, ang tanong, ano magiging karakteristik kapag in-add mo itong dalawa? Okay. Yung may diode, IS is nanoampere halos, halos pareho. Pero mataas lang yung current nito, okay? Ito sa may diode nito. So when you try to do diode in parallel, you can also do diode in series. Pwede mo i-series yung diode, pwede mo siyang maging in parallel. Alright. So, siguro mas maganda na ang ipakita ko, siguro mas maganda na ipakita ko yung plot ng ano, pinlot ko yan eh. Okay. Ganito Meron akong plot na ginawa dito. Okay. Yung unang plot muna. Ito yung unang plot. Okay. Base emitter diode. Okay. So, yung diode ko, BBEQ, 0.421, IEQ, negative 1 microampere to 20 microampere. Hindi ako pwede magsimula sa 0 because LN ang paggagamitan ko nito. Okay. So, pag pinalat yung plot nito, I will show you the plot of this. Okay. F9. Okay. Ito yung plot ng dalawang diode. Ito yung NPN, ito yung PNP. Okay. So, dalawang diode yan. So, if you connect it in series, ano magiging characteristic nito? One thing is, if you draw a line from here, patungo dito, then you get the value of this and the value of that. Remember, you draw a current from here because the circuit in series is the current is constant. So, yun. And then the voltage drop are different. So, the voltage drop here plus the voltage drop here, lalabas ito. And notice kung 0.6 yun, lalabas na 0.6 plus something. So, ito yung magiging plot nito. So, let me check on that. Sandali Parang may error ako dito. Okay? NB, PNP, BBE, and BBE, CAS. Cascode. Okay? So, the idea is I have the current and then I add the saturation current, the two saturation current, so that it can plot the current. So it will make the voltage smaller if there is a difference. Okay, so it's like whatever the voltage in the current in one diode is the same current to the other diode, and they may have only different NISP and ISE, and then the voltage drop between the two, you just add the two voltage drop. Okay, so what will happen is you have same current but almost double the voltage drop. So what the effect of cascode, the effect of this, the real effect of this is I better ask. Si ano? Nandiyan po ba si Desiree? Hello, Desiree. Hello, Desiree. Pag kinunik ko yung Q1 na emitter sa Q6 na emitter, so meron akong diode in series. So, ano magiging epekto kapag naka-series ang diode? Ano mangyayari? Desiree, hello? Are you still there?
Yes po.
Wala. Yeah. Ano mangyayari kapag naka-series yung dalawang diode? Okay, ganito. Kung isang diode at nag-inject ako ng current through the diode, let's say the current is I1. So, ang voltage drop dun sa diode is BBE1. Tama? BBE1. Ngayon, kapag nag-series pa ako ng isang diode, mangyayari, BBE1 plus BBE2. Nagdalawa na yung voltage. Pero yung current ko pareho. So, ano magiging epekto? Pareho yung current, dumoble lang yung voltage drop. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Parang, ano sa palagay mo? Okay, ulit. Kung BB1 ang voltage sa emitter at ang current mo is IB1, ano magiging resistance? Ano magiging resistance? Desiree. Hello? Nag-iisip pa. BBE1, ang voltage dun sa base emitter, ang input current ko is IB1. Ano magiging resistance? Ano sagot? Hello, nandiyan ka pa ba? Desiree? Hello, Desiree? Hello? Nawala. Okay, guys. Teka. Nawala si Desiree. Hanap ako ng iba pa. Si Marcus. Marcus Karinungan. Hello, Marcus. Hello, Marcus?
Yes po, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Pinag-usapan natin yung effect ng cascode. Okay. So, ang umpisa muna natin, assuming BBE1 lang yan, isang BBE1 yan, nag-input ka ng IB1. Okay. Ano magiging resistance? Siyempre, BBE1 divided by IB1. Correct? Tama
Yes
ba?
po, sir.
Tama, ano? Ngayon, dinagdagan ko yung diode ng BBE2. Ano na magiging resistance? Pero hindi ko binago yung IB1. IB1 pa rin. Ano magiging resistance? Mag-i-increase ba o magdi-decrease? Hello? Ano mayayari? Mag-increase o magdi-decrease?
Mag-i-increase po.
Correct. Mag-i-increase siya. Kasi, doble yung voltahe mo, divide mo ng current, so, magdodoble resistance. Correct? So, ang purpose ng cascode ay para mag-increase ang resistance. Tama. Yun ang isang reason. Para magkaroon ng increase ng resistance sa input. Okay? Agree? Na nakuha mo na?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Now, kinonect natin yung isa pang diode sa hindi NPN, kundi PNP. Para lalabas siya, yung una, yung Q1 dito, makikita mo, common emitter follower o common collector. Kasi yung collector common sa ground eh. So emitter follower, ang output niya emitter. Ito, output niya emitter. Okay, tapos yung emitter, pumasok sa isa pang transistor na ang common ay base. Kasi ito yung base nakakonect sa may power supply eh. So ito naging common base. Yung common base, yung input ng emitter is low. So it will match the low output ng emitter na Q1. Tama. So magka-match sila. Ngayon, yung output ng Q6, high impedance. High impedance siya. Okay? Nakuha mo? So yung op-amp, ang operational amplifier ng op-amp, ang input niya is common emitter, common collector, pagkatapos cascaded with the common base amplifier, ang output mo is the output of common base amplifier na very high ang impedance. Okay? Okay ba? Nakuha mo na?
Yes po, sir.
So no, sana makuha mo 'yon kung naintindihan mo 'yon. And that will be good. So tingnan natin si Nico Evangelista, Axel, Nico. Nandiyan ba si
Yes po.
Axel? Okay. Ngayon, gusto kong obserbahan mo mabuti ito. Yung actually, ang dapat na ipakita ko muna sa iyo dito, ito. Sandali alisin ko muna ito. Okay, remove mo na ito. Okay, ito. Alright. So, nakikita mo itong circuit nito?
Yes po.
Very clear naman sa iyo yung circuit, ano? Alright, so pwede kong litan dito. Hindi, okay na yan. Okay. Na-notice mo, yung Q6, may output siya dito. Collector ang output niyan, di ba? Collector. Tapos dumiretso na sa B1 to the ground. Agree? Nakita mo? Pati yung Q5 diretso to the ground. So parang sinabi mo walang output. Okay? Actually, ang output niya yung current lang. Ngayon, meron tayong ginawang device. Usually, kapag nagdi-design ka ng device, mas maganda, gawin mo ng ideal. So, itong ideal ito, kasi gusto kong makuha yung output ng Q6 at saka Q5, yung difference ng output nila. Kasi ang input ko is differential input, ang output ko dapat difference din. So, paano ko gagawin yon? Ginawa ko yon using arbitrary generator.
itong arbitrary generator, yan yung function sa LT-SPICE natin na tawag nila arbitrary. Maglalagay ka lang ng function, yun ang gagawin ng B1. Okay? Yun ang ibig sabihin ng arbitrary function. Saan mo ginagamit yan? Ginagamit mo yan pag nagdi-design ka. So, assuming, ang dinidesign mo pa lang is Q1 and Q2, kinascode mo siya sa Q6 and Q5. Alright. So, kinunek mo na siya agad dun sa B1. Kinunek mo sa B1, wala ka pang circuit in between. Ngayon, gusto mo lang malaman, ano yung output mo ay dapat the difference between the current ng ICQ6 at saka current ng ICQ5. Agree? So, nakita mo yung B1, meron siyang ICQ6 minus ICQ5. So, ito, kinuha niya yung current ng ICQ6 at saka ICQ5 at sinubtract niya at ang in-output niya ay B1. So, ito yung naging output niya. So, let's say, alisin ko muna ito ha. So, i-run natin ito. Kinuha mo yung output nito. Okay, so, yun ang output niya. Yan ang difference nitong Q6 at saka Q5. So, ganyan ang nangyari. Okay, so ito yung hyperbolic curve. Correct? Ayos ba? Nasusundan mo ba?
Opo.
Okay, so teka muna. Axel, ano? Lagyan ko muna kita ng puntos. And then I will ask additional. Mamaya, lalagyan pa natin ng additional point yan. Ngayon, kakaintindihan tayo na ang current dito, yung ICQ1 at saka dito rin is ICQ5, isa ICQ6. So, in-output mo lang siya, meron lang akong device, nilagay ko lang doon sa device, dinetect niya yung ICQ6, tapos nag-output na siya sa B1. So, ito yung output niya, ito yung lumabas sa output. Agree? Ngayon, may pakikita ko sa iyo. Isa pa. Ito. Yung ICQ6 mo, okay, dumaan dito. Okay. Right? Tapos, ginawang current mirror ito. Alright? Nireflect dito sa kabila. So, ibig sabihin, nag-mirror ka ng current ng ICQ6 dito sa Q8. Nag-mirror ka dito. Okay? Tapos, yung Q5, kinunik mo dito. Tapos ito, itong portion nitong node 4, kinunik mo sa IBQ6. Okay? Do you understand? Q5 minus Q8. Okay, o kaya Q8 minus Q5 equals IBQ6. So yung difference nitong Q6 at saka Q5, ginawa nitong circuit nito. Okay ba? Nakuha mo?
Opo.
Remember, yung isa, meron akong arbitrary circuit na gawa lang ng software, pero hindi makikita yan sa ano. Wala sa reality ito. Concept lang ito eh. Ngayon, siyempre, habang nagdi-design ka, ginagamit mo itong mga bagay nito. Okay, isa pa. Gusto mo magkaroon ng control yung system mo, so gumawa ako ng ganitong klaseng device. Pero, kapag i-design mo na yun sa circuit, hindi na ito yung bit, hindi na ito yung F1. Papalitan mo na ito. Okay, kasi ito monitor mo yung current doon. So, ang solution na ginagawa typically is current mirror. So, pinadaan mo yung current dito, ni-mirror mo siya dito. Correct? So, ito yung current mirror. Okay? So, ito, concept lang to. Itong device ito, concept lang. Okay? So, yan ang lalabas sa circuit design. Pwede kang gumamit sa LT-Spice ng mga generator, gumawa ka ng ganito, tapos i-convert mo siya sa circuit. So like this, gumawa ako nito, and then meron akong isang current generator dito na kinukuha niya kung ano yung current na lumalabas sa B2. Okay, so kung yung F1 gagawin ko na talagang circuit, lalabas, ang gagamitin mo diyan ay current mirror. So, pinadaan mo yung current dito sa dalawa nito, dumaan dito, right? Pareho ng BBE, inilabas siya dito. So, ganun ginawa ng current mirror. Alright? Okay? Nakuha mo ba?
Opo.
Okay. So, yung isa, itong device ito, gusto nito, ang output ko, IQ6 minus IQ5. Difference, hindi sums. Indifference itong dalawa. Ngayon, siyempre gagawin ko na circuit ito. Kasi wala namang B1 na wala ka nang mabibili sa electronic store na B1 na ikakabit mo lang dyan na automatically gagawin to. Nagagawa lang ito sa software. Software, hindi naman realistic yan. So, paano mo ito i-realize sa software? Remember, ICQ minus actually, ang naging circuit is IC5 minus ICQ. Pero pwede kong baliktarin ito para match dun sa aking discussion, okay? Babaliktarin ko na lang ito para match yung discussion natin. Difference na dito yung 5. Dito yung 6, okay. Ginawa lang natin ganyan, ano? So, pag niran mo yan, bumaliktad. Okay. So, ganon. Ngayon, paano mo i-implement itong B1 sa circuit? Ano yung gagawin mo? Kailangan, ang final result mo is ICQ5 minus ICQ6. Okay. Anong ginagamit mong equation kapag ang current ang dinidil mong current? Anong law ang ginagamit mo? Axel. Pag nagsasubtract ka o nag-a-add ng current, ano usually ginagamit?
Kirchhoff's po.
Okay. Good. Kirchhoff's current law. Okay. So kapag nagsasubtract ka, Kirchhoff's current law ang gagawin mo. So, ganito ginawa nito. Ganito ginawa ng designer. Gumawa siya ng node dito. So, sasaplayan niya ng Q5. Pero kailangan, merong mag-aalis dito na Q6. Kung malaki yung Q5, maliit ang Q6, yung matitira, pupunta sa IBQ16. Kung maliit ang Q5, malaki ang Q6, okay? Yung IBQ16 na magsasupply, pabalik na ganon. So, itong design, itong node nito, ito yung nagsusubtract. So, ang output mo is IBQ6. So, ang output nito is B1. kung ano yung current na lumabas. So, ang output mo dito is dito. So, ngayon, kung ito ay ICQ6, meron kang mirror dito. Nag-mirror ka dito. Nag-mirror ka dito. So, yung ICQ6, you make sure that the mirror is faithful, aalisin mo siya dito. So, yun ang tinatawag ng sa mga current mirror, yan ang mga technology na ginagamit para sa design. Okay? Okay na ano? Kayang-kaya na ba mag-design? Kaya mo na ba mag-design? Axel?
Kakayanin po.
Oh, yeah. Good, good. So, meron pa akong gustong i-explain. Maybe yung iba naman. Okay, so subukan natin. Sino kaya nandiyan dyan? Si Kenneth Bourbon. Hello, Kenneth. Mga hello, Kenneth. Kenneth, yes? I cannot hear you. Naka-mute ka? Hello? May problema ba sa microphone? Hello, Kenneth? Can you hear me? Hindi ako marinig ni Kenneth. Hello? Samba si Kenneth? Kenneth, ano ba yan? Head ba siya ng sa Just Engineering, Redefining Engineering. All right, Kenneth, can you hear me? Hello, Kenneth. Raise hand. Yes. Nakamute ka, Kenneth. Hello po, sir. Wala din po ako sa bahay. Pauwi pa lang. Pauwi pa lang. Okay, sige. Si ano na lang. Tingnan ko si Alvin Dapadap. Hello, Alvin? Are you there? Alvin?
Yes po, sir.
Yeah. Nasa bahay ka na? Nasaan ka na? Alvin?
Nasa bahay na po.
Okay. So, will be, okay, lagyan ko na ng 5 to 5 points to for, at least for the team. We will illustrate something, ano? Meron tayong illustration na gagawin dito, okay? So, ang una natin ginawa dito is emitter diode curve, alright? Isa-isahin natin yung kasi ito kasing circuit nitong ginawa ko dito. Meron siyang DC analysis, paano pa-compute ng mga voltages sa current, at meron tayong tinatawag ng AC analysis. Ito titingnan natin, ha. Yung saturation current ng ISQCAS, CAS, means cascode, is summation ng saturation current ng NPN at saka saturation current ng PNP. So, yung dalawang saturation current. Alright? Do you follow? So, meron tayong BN plus BN minus. Dapat pala minus siya eh. 13. Nasa 13. Ito dapat minus ito. Okay? Okay, so build ko muna ito. Okay, balik tayo. So, BN plus minus BN minus, ito yun. So, nakakascode yung nakakascode yung B cascode 1 minus BBE cascode 2. Okay, ano yung cascode 1? yung combination nitong BBE1 at saka BBEQ1 at saka BBEQ6. Yun ang cascode 1. Ito yung cascode 2. Alright? So, nasusundan mo na. Yun ang equation nun. Now, ito, naintindihan mo ba itong portion ito? Paano nangyari ito? BBE cascode 1 minus BBE cascode 2. So, sinabi natin BBE cascode 1 is BBE, i.e., yung current to cascode 1 divided by IS cascode 1. So, ito yung IS. Okay. So, yun ang ano. Kasi yung saturation current ng dalawa, kailangan pareho sila. Alright. So, ito yun. So ito rin yun. Okay? Nasundan mo na. O ngayon, dahil sa pareho itong dalawa, naintindihan mo, okay, nilagyan ng number. Okay. Yung current, i.e. cascode 1 plus current, i.e. cascode 2 must be, we call it IEE. Yun ang supply current yan. Ano ito? Summation. Ngayon ito, nangyari, BBT is equals IE cascode 1 divided by IE cascode 2. Ito, naintindihan mo ba paano nangyari ito? Yung 17, nanggaling yan sa 14. So, naintindihan mo paano nangyari? Paano nangyari ito? Ano na-observe mo? Ano nangyari? Ano nangyari?
Nawala po yung saturation current at pinalitan po yung
Okay. Kasi inassume natin pareho ito. Alright? Kasi pag ito negative yan. Ibig sabihin, denominator. Ito mapupunta sa denominator. Ito mapupunta sa numerator. Magka-cancel out. Ito mapupunta sa denominator. So, tama. Because this is logarithmic process. Okay? Okay, good. Good. So, nandun na tayo. Nandito na tayo. Agree? So, dinibad natin ng BT, magkabila side, BT. So, ito yung log. Okay? Now, kinuha mo exponent nito. Pag kinuha mo exponent nito, yung antilog nito, exponent din. You take the exponent of this, yung antilog nito, yung exponent din, ito yung lalabas. Agree? Nakuha mo yung system. Then, nilipat natin ito sa kaliwa. So, nilagay dito sa kaliwa. Alright, nandito ha. So, ito nandyan. Ngayon, dahil sa nakuha mo na ito, ISCS2 at saka ISCS1, ito ipapalit mo sa CS1 dito. So, mangyayari, pareho na silang CS2, pareho na. So, solving for ICS2, sinolve mo yung dalawa nito, you will get IE dito divided by this. Alright. Ano na? Ano tawag yan? Exponential. Okay? Alvin, nasusundan mo ba?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Nasusundan mo na ha. Ngayon, ano mga yung susunod na mangyayari? Isa pa uli. Iba namang klase dito, BBE CS1 minus BBE CS2 is negative BT log IE CS2 IE CS1. Binaligtad lang natin ito. Ito, binaligtad lang. Oh. Pero ito, pareho lang. Okay? Pareho lang. Pareho lang dito, tsaka dito. Pareho lang yan. Kaya lang, ito yung may biti. Ito at saka ito pareho, di ba? Alright. Ngayon, ang sa ibabaw nito ay CAAS1. Binaligtad lang natin yon. Ginitang CAS2. Pag binaligtad mo, siyempre, magiging negative. Di ba? Negative eh. Di ba? Correct. So, yan ang nangyari dyan. So, sinolve natin yan, lalabas, ito, ganito nangyari, lalabas, ito. Alright. ICS1 equals na ganito. Ngayon, ito ngayon, yung ICS1, ito yung buo nito, yung IC1, papalitan mo dito. Papalit mo dito. Para matitira ay ISC1 yon. So, lalabas ito. So, meron kang ICAS1, ito, at saka ito yung lalabas doon. So, dalawa yan, ha? Yung una mo, IECAS2, ito. Yung ikalawa mo, IEQCAS1, ito. Alright. So, ito yon at saka ito yon. Alright. So, titinan natin ano mangyayari. Pag sinubtract mo ito mula dito, kasi yung plus dito, yan ang supply current niya sa dalawa. Biasing current niyan. Yan ay DC analysis. So, meron kang ICS Q1 plus this is your bias current, which is IEE. Ngayon, yung difference ng dalawa, hindi na siya DC. AC na siya. So, yung difference itong dalawa ngayon. So, meron kang I out na siya. Alright? Do you follow? Alvin?
Yes po, sir.
So, dalawa yan. Yung ICQ-CAS1 minus plus ICQ-CAS2 is equal to IEE. Ang ibig sabihin yun, bias current na IEE. Summation yun, plus. Okay. Ngayon, itong ikalawa, IECAS1 minus IECAS2 is equal to I out. Nagbabago, AC na ito. Hindi na siya bias. AC na ito. Okay? So, pwedeng lumiit yung IECAS1, lumaki yung ICCAS2 or vice versa. Pero kung alam mo, kung lumiit siya, lumaki, pero yung summation, absolute value ng dalawa, summation is constant na IEE. Understood? Kasi miski lumiit ito, lumaki ito, lumiit ito, yung summation ng dalawa na yan is constant. Okay? Sasabihin natin na IEE. Where? Ito, constant. Okay, now, dahil sa sinubtract natin yung dalawa. Okay. Ito, sinubtract natin. Ito nangyari. Sinubtract natin eh. So ano napansin mo sa masyadong complicated nito ha? Yung bias current natin is IEE. Yung I out, yun ang AC natin. Itong BBE, ito yung input characteristics natin. So, anong gagawin natin? I-factor natin yung IEE Ngayon, para ma-simplify natin, convert natin ito as differential. Bn differential. So, which is BBE CAS1 minus BBE CAS2. So, ginawa natin na differential. So, differential doon, differential dito, differential dyan. Ngayon, papactor natin yan. Pero isi-simplify muna natin ito. Kapag sinimplify mo ito, lalabas yan, tangent hyperbolic yan. So, tangent hyperbolic, Bn difference over 2b BT is your tangent hyperbolic. So, multiply by negative IEE equals I out. And then, negative tangent hyperbolic, dinivide mo siya ng I double E. So, ito yung magiging kanyang output voltage. Okay? Normalize. Ngayon, yung cascode, pag inad mo yung dalawang diode, lalaki yung diode. Lalaki resistance. Maiba. Na-notice ito medyo vertical, ito medyo horizontal. Alright? Kung na-notice mo yan, makitid siya, pero kapag siniris mo siya, dumadapa. Bakit dumadapa? Kasi lumalaki resistance eh. Okay. So ito pag ganon, ito medyo padapa na siya sa kabila. Okay? Na pag pinalat mo yung cascode, ito lalabas. Okay. Pag pinalat na natin itong itong cascode equation natin. Okay. So, yun ang lalabas dito sa ating This is what we call differential tan hyperbolic transfer curve. Yan ang transfer curve. Ano yung transfer curve? Itong ilalim, ito yung variation ng input. Itong dito, variation ng output. Alright? Axel, ngayon, itong curve ito is called the tan hyperbolic. Now, class, para sa board exam ninyo, para naintindihan ninyo. Kapag gagamitin mo itong differential amplifier mo, op-amp, sa high fidelity amplifier, yung dito ka magko-concentrate sa linear portion, dito sa linear. So, limited ka lang dito, so 0.11 tsaka dito. O, hindi ka lalampas dyan. So, medyo linear lang dyan. Pag pumunta ka doon, magiging non-linear area ito tsaka non-linear dyan. Okay. May gamit ba itong non-linear portion ito tsaka itong non-linear portion itong system natin? May gamit ba yon? Can you tell me?